I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A 26-year-old man is slapped with 4 felony charges related to the assault of a pregnant minor. Jaspen Leonard is accused of grabbing a 16-year-old pregnant girl by the face and throat, shoving her to the ground and striking her with a cell phone. Police say he then smashed her cell phone. Deputies observed red marks around the victim's face and neck. Police say Leonard, who is the father of the victim's unborn baby, faces charges of sexual battery, criminal mischief, and aggravated domestic battery on a pregnant person. He's also in violation of his probation. Flagler County deputies say Leonard has an extensive criminal history dating back to his juvenile years, with charges that include domestic violence and lewd molestation of a victim under the age of 12. He's now behind bars.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
3 teens are arrested Wednesday after authorities say they burglarized multiple vehicles in a Palm Coast neighborhood. John Arking reports.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office originally responded to the F section of Palm Coast early Monday on the report of vehicle burglaries. $100 in cash was stolen from one vehicle along with checkbooks and multiple credit cards. As they continued to investigate, deputies were able to view surveillance footage from neighbors that showed 2 juvenile males and a juvenile female walking in the area. Recognizing them from previous encounters, deputies went to a residence on Faith Lane where a woman positively identified the children as her son and 2 of his friends. The juveniles admitted to deputies they had burglarized the vehicles and attempted to use one of the stolen credit cards to make multiple purchases on an Xbox gaming console. Sheriff Rick Staley.
This is a good reminder to our community to always lock your car doors and never leave valuables visible from the inside area of your car. Many crimes could be prevented, and these were just crimes of opportunity.
All 3, 2 boys ages 12 and 13 and a 13-year-old girl, were charged with burglary, petty theft, and loitering, while the 12-year-old boy was also charged with credit card fraud. After being processed at the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility, all 3 were released to their guardians at the request of the Department of Juvenile Justice. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
How can we take these steps necessary to improve the quality of life for those residents?
And doing nothing isn't an option. That was Palm Coast Mayor Melissa Holland's take on road quality issues along Florida Park Drive. She says she doesn't care if past councils have ignored the problem. This council will work to fix it.
We're not going to be able to change the road. The fact of the matter is, ITT master planned it that way. They designed it that way. We inherited it as a council. But I have great faith that we can come up with some constructive, creative alternatives that will allow for a little bit of a better experience for the residents that do reside on that road.
Other options include lowering the speed limit or banning commercial truck traffic along the road. The city could also add some landscaping to it or new medians, but the road is awfully close to residents' homes.
Do people know that there's help for them if they're thinking about committing suicide?
Flagler County Commissioner Greg Hansen says the information needs to be available to everybody, everywhere.
We need to do a much better job of pointing out to people, whether it's folders at the public supermarket or stuff in the paper or public service announcements. We need to make sure people understand that there are avenues for help.
Hansen said that people here don't know where they can get help, but one place they can go is to the sheriff. Tomorrow, we'll talk with Sheriff Rick Staley about the Baker Act, which might help prevent a suicide. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.